Notice I'm going north with the south in this area. They all came from the Mammoth Crater eruption, which is to the southwest of here. So the cave tubes, they all flow to the northeast, generally speaking. Might be a bit of rounding error there. You get the idea. So there's a cool little cupola here. A lot of times they're nice and round because they're formed kind of like by a gas bubble, you know, hot gas bubble. But in this case, it's a little bit rough. But man, the movie Alien, it's got a big cave supposedly created by these giant, nasty monster creatures. But honestly, some of these caves resemble that fake cave. Hopefully there's no acid for blood in here. I think human blood is 7.8, 7.6, somewhere in there. Slightly basic, but not very powerful. Technically saline. I think between, what is it? Between 5 and 9 is considered neutral. So technically our blood's neutral. You get the idea. But yeah, look at these ridges. See if I can show the depth perception here. But yeah, there's a crack in the wall, but there's also the ridges. So this cave, when it stopped flowing, it was still pretty warm. So the rock flowed straight downhill, making it get this candle type texture. Wow. See that dark spot there? I wonder how that happened. Like over there, people probably touched it, worried. Either that or too much water. Water can rinse off this stuff. Too much water flow. Has to have just the right amount of moisture. Too dry and it won't live. Too wet, it washes away. So it's a very slow moving ecosystem in here. What did we call it? Wow. This is so pretty. This is like bigger. There's a white arrow on the wall there, I think. Okay, what is this? Is this another dead end or is that a way out? Wow, I seriously don't know if that's the other way out. I'm going to keep to the right. So just remember, that's the way I came. So I know for a fact that's the way out. I don't think this thing has a lower entrance. I don't feel any airflow. Notice the floor is nice and flat and easy. There's more, those ridges. Here, instead of the bacteria being gold, it's silver. It's not quite as shiny. But I think it's still covered, the rocks are still covered in living things. Notice the texture of the rock, which also, on the floor, which also shows that we're heading downhill. But not very fast, not very steep at all. Very easy cave. But yeah, look at how brown this is. I think this part here, wow. So look at this. Again, the rock is gray and yet it's covered with some kind of brown stuff. It's not mud, I'm not even sure what it is, but it's chocolate brown. So I think rooms like this are how the cave got the name Hopkins Chocolate Cave. One thing I want to show you though, pan down. So look where the ceiling bulges down and it's covered with like the gold and silver bacteria. Then over here to the right, there's like that crack. There's stuff growing back in the crack. I'm not sure if it's moisture there or just more out of people's reach or what. But yeah, somehow it's growing back there. Very interesting. This is really cool cave. Except it's getting harder and harder. I have a feeling I should have brought a map. Oh well. I'll look at the map later on. I can kind of memorize the turns, like this intersection at this intersection. As far as how far we've gone, honestly, I couldn't tell you if the entrance was 300 feet back or 3,000 feet back. It was a ways back, okay? I'm just not calibrated for distance. But you know what? I think I'm at the end of the cave. The lower end of the cave. Yeah. Okay, good. See, I can't screw this up. There's nowhere to go. So that's good. Alrighty then. So this is the lower end of the cave. So Golden Dome Cave should be to my left. maybe 100 feet. I forgot which one's longer though. I think Hopkins Chocolate is longer, but Golden Dome has that middle entrance. This doesn't have a middle entrance. It just has that one entrance by Garden Bridges. They're both a bit of work. I think this one's rated longer too because it has more parallel tubes. What's it called? Golden Dome branches out a little bit. Makes a cool couple circles or circuits, but mostly it's just one tube. They're both neat caves, very pretty caves. They're right next to each other too. So I'm doing both in the same day. So far so good, I think. It's weird, there's a big puddle of water here on the floor. You notice it corresponds to a very wet crack in the ceiling. So now you know where all that moisture is coming from. Here's some of that gold stuff on the right wall, but just a little bit, not nearly as shiny. What's weird, the floor, it's got sort of a rust color to it also. It's a very interesting cave. Notice the flow lines in the middle. I'm going uphill, but to the right, it looks like it flowed backwards. Like it kind of like it sloshed around a little bit. Obviously, lava doesn't slosh around as much as water because of higher density, higher viscosity. But still, it's a little bit of, what do they call it? Chaos flow, or shoot, what do they call it when you make like whirlpools? Shoot, can't remember. There's a term for that when stuff, like, you know, the dimples on a golf ball. It makes the air go weird angles, like go around in circles. Okay, so here's the question. Should I go back the way I came, which I know is doable, or should I stick with plan A and go to the right? Well, how about this? I'll start going to the right and see how reasonable it is. It's uphill. Both the floor and the ceiling are uphill. Wow. Oh, what the heck? Oh, I ain't going in there. Okay, I'm gonna go up here as far as I dare, and then I'll turn around. If it weren't for copyright reasons, I would sing a certain song from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Something about a brave person running away. But for copyright reasons, you didn't hear that from me. Wow. Yeah. I wonder if bats fly through something that small. Seems like it'd be a lot of work even for a bat. Okay, well, I guess I won't go that way. Okay, that's the way I came up. This is the way back to the entrance. Apparently the only way back to the entrance. Now they tell me. Actually, if I cared, I could have brought a map, so never mind.